Welcome everyone to today's chat about talking about the weather. One of the easiest, conversation starters.
Absolutely. It's so relatable. Like everyone's got something to say about whether it's sunny, rainy, or cloudy.
Right, so let's kick off with some basic vocabulary. We have words like sunny, rainy, cloudy, windy, and
Yeah.
snowy. It's like laying down the building blocks for natural conversation.
Yep. And these words are the kind of stepping stones that um help beginners talk naturally about the weather.
Exactly. Let's imagine a scenario. You could say, it's sunny today. And then maybe someone else might add, it's raining lightly, or even, it's
Mhm.
pouring. It's all about capturing that moment.
Right. And it's interesting how the intensity of the weather is easily communicated via these adjectives. It's almost like painting a picture with words.
Speaking of painting pictures, um, when you're asking about the weather, it's really simple. For example, you might ask, how's the weather today?
Yep.
Or even, is it cold outside?
And then a typical response might be something like, yes, you'll need a jacket, which kind of confirms the condition without too much hassle.
Absolutely. And that brings us to describing seasons. Sometimes you say, spring is warm and sunny, while in contrast, winter is freezing.
Right.
It's all about using simple adjectives to capture the essence of each season.
Now, one thing I sometimes think about though, don't you feel that sometimes these descriptions can oversimplify the experience a bit? I mean, winter is freezing is truthful, but might miss some nuances.
That's a fair point. It's like, while freezing captures the chill factor, sometimes it misses out on the beauty of, crisp winter air. But for conversations, simplicity wins.
I see what you mean. Exactly. And moving on to discussing future weather conditions, we throw in the future tense. You could ask, will it rain tomorrow? And then get an answer like, the forecast says it'll be cloudy.
Right. And then maybe someone might add, I hope it stays sunny. That, kind of wraps up the anticipation for the day ahead.
Yep, and it really shows how we're always planning our days around what the weather might bring.
Now let's try out a practice dialogue that ties everything together. Imagine, one person saying, Brr, it's chilly today.
And then the other might respond, I know, I heard it might snow tonight.
Yeah.
It's like an instant exchange that um, instantly makes you feel connected.
Hmm. And then, if the first person says, really? I'd better wear my coat. It confirms that, both parties are on the same page regarding the weather.
Exactly, and small talk about the weather is really the gateway to, building rapport, especially when practicing English.
For sure. And it's interesting how mastering these simple phrases builds confidence. I mean, imagine you're traveling somewhere new. You just say, it's rainy today, and suddenly you're in a conversation.
Right. I totally agree. It's like a passport to friendly exchanges. And on that note, let's dive a little deeper into the vocabulary, shall we?
So, starting with sunny, it doesn't just mean bright daylight. It evokes an image of clear skies, warmth, and an overall happy vibe.
Absolutely. And rainy can be something gentle like raining lightly, or something more intense when you say, it's pouring. Then there's cloudy, which indicates that the sun's playing hide and seek.
Yes, and windy suggests those breezy moments that sometimes make you want to hold on to your hat,
Exactly.
right? And then we have snowy for those magical days when the world turns white.
Speaking of snowy, there's always that debate about whether winter should be appreciated for its crisp air or just seen as freezing. I kind of feel like both can be true simultaneously.
That's a great point. It's like, while freezing sounds harsh, there's also the beauty of a pristine snowfall, which can be quite poetic.
Yeah, I see that. Now, when asking about the weather, it's important to turn these adjectives into questions. Sometimes starting simple with, how's the weather today, makes all the difference.
Right, because it opens up the conversation. And if someone asks, is it cold outside? You can quickly reply with a relatable answer like, yes, you'll need a jacket.
Yep, definitely. And wouldn't you say that using the future tense, like will it rain tomorrow, shifts the conversation to planning and expectations?
Absolutely. It not only informs, but also builds a sense of um, togetherness. Everyone's looking ahead and sharing a common focus.
Mhm. Now, what I find fun is how the seasons get described. I mean, spring is warm and sunny really paints a vivid picture.
Yeah, and then winter is freezing immediately cuts to the chase. But I always like the nuance when someone says, I love autumn because it's cool. It gives a balance.
That's true. Autumn has that perfect mix where it's not as biting as winter and, um, not as suffocatingly hot as summer.
Right, and this is why, when practicing English, especially for beginners, the weather is such a great topic. It's simple, it's universal, and it's loaded with actionable vocabulary.
Yes, indeed. And practices like these, with dialogues and interactive examples, are essential for, natural conversation flow.
Exactly. And it's refreshing to see how quickly learners can grasp the basics and then move on to more, well, fluid exchanges about something as everyday as the weather.
Though I have to say, sometimes I wish we could mix in a few more surprising adjectives or expressions to capture the full spectrum of weather. It might spice things up for intermediate learners.
That's a valid critique. Sure, simple words are great for beginners, but as you progress, you might want to add phrases like a light drizzle or scattered showers. It's like gradually building your descriptive arsenal.
Fair point. And then, in our practice dialogue, we see this in action. Brr, it's chilly today. Immediately followed by a comment like, I heard it might snow tonight. It's a realistic exchange that many people can relate to.
Yes. And then the quick reply, really? I'd better wear my coat. Just seals it, showing that even in simple conversation, there's a natural back and forth that creates a connection.
Absolutely. And as we wrap up, it's clear that mastering these cues, from vocabulary to questions and descriptive statements, really boosts both confidence and fluency.
For sure. So remember, folks, whether it's talking about a sunny day or wondering, will it rain tomorrow? These simple exchanges pave the way for effective
Yep.
communication.
Keep practicing these phrases and techniques, and soon you'll be chatting about the weather like a pro. Thanks for joining this lively session.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Stay warm, stay cool, and see you next time.
Bye and happy chatting.